Welcome to Player One's YouTube channel. Welcome to the first video that's going to be a news update going up before the weekly episode on radio.
Wow.
Now, how this is going to work, we're just going to read and chat about some of the news articles this week that we didn't get a chance to really dive into on the show. And Nathan, how are we feeling about our first YouTube news video?
I think it's going to be awesome, and hopefully people are going to love it and subscribe in droves.
Fingers crossed, fingers crossed.
Maybe.
All right. So we're going to dive straight into the deep end here and open with our first bit of news. So we're starting with Pax West in 2021. Pax West 2021 attendees will require proof of their vaccination to attend the Seattle, Washington-based event. The organizers have confirmed this. And I just want to make it clear that personally, and I don't speak for Player One, but very much personally, I agree with this. I love the idea that if you're going to stick a whole bunch of people in a small room, especially with COVID, let's have them all be vaccinated and as safe as possible. Nathan, how do you feel?
Yeah, I think it's a good move. I think it's a bit not weird, but I think it's a bit contrary to how America has been doing things in terms of COVID, because like a lot of their approach was kind of, wanting to be let back out and all that. So I'm glad that they're kind of seeing sense a bit.
Yeah, I don't know if it's necessarily just an American thing. It might simply be just PAX itself as a company doing it. And if that's the case, fingers crossed that means good things for PAX Australia. And I have a feeling that will be there will be a similar kind of structure and bunch of regulations put into PAX Australia. I imagine maybe not vaccinations because we're not completely there yet. We might be by then, but if not, it'll have some form of you needed to have tested negative for COVID or something like that. But this is the right step in my mind. But moving on, we're going to go into our second piece of news, and that is Facebook, everyone's favorite. Facebook is temporarily pausing sales of the Oculus Quest 2 worldwide as the company announces a new voluntary recall after concerns that a small percentage of users were experiencing adverse skin reactions after using the VR headset. So just like, if you have an Oculus Quest 2, maybe it's worth just taking a step back and being like, maybe send that one back.
Yeah. Oh, it's kind of like I don't have an Oculus Quest 2 because I can't afford a VR headset. They're very expensive. But like it sucks. It just sucks.
Yeah, it's not the best. And I think Facebook having to voluntarily recall them is the right move on paper. Like it's the right move now that it's out. But it makes you wonder how much testing these headsets have actually had going out to the market, because the problem we have with VR, and I still think it has a long way to come before it gets to where we want it to be, is this kind of situation where people are going to have adverse reactions to things if things aren't tested. This isn't like a CD where if it freezes up, you can just replace it. This is a very expensive to make headset. So fingers crossed that this kind of thing changes, and maybe this will be a bit of a wake-up call for Facebook to actually start caring about the VR company, the VR giant that they've acquired, and putting a bit of thought, time, and effort into selling it properly, because the gaming market wants it. Facebook just wants money.
Yeah, isn't that the thing? Sometimes I wish money didn't exist. I don't know how we'd like actually live without money, but like it's
easy.
just...
I'll trade you 3 rocks for three birds. Yep.
Yeah.
I'm gonna move on because that was strange. Following this, though, here's some exciting news coming out of Netflix of all places. A live-action Pokemon series is in development at Netflix, and I'm just going to say 2 things that I know about the show already. Is that it has the same co-producer and writer as the Netflix series Lucifer, which I hear very good things about. I haven't watched it myself. It's not really my cup of tea, but I hear very good things about the story writing and how that works. And apparently, it's going to be a pet project and a side off of the Detective Pikachu movie. And from what I can tell, Detective Pikachu or Pokemon cinematic universe, because I think they were leading up to another movie. But hey, how do we feel about that?
I'm cautiously optimistic, very cautiously optimistic, because I've seen Netflix like bungle too many anime adaptations like by now. I mean, there have been some terrible Netflix anime adaptations.
I think the part that worries me the most is the fact that it's a live action Pokemon series, because we've seen that once. And as much as Detective Pikachu was brilliant, it was really, really good, at least for what it was. There were a lot of Pokemon that were just like very janky looking. Obviously, time was not put into them, and with a lower budget and, you know, not the same voice actors, because obviously they're not going to have Ryan Reynolds back for a TV series, not
No.
Pikachu or anything like that. You know, fingers crossed it comes out well, because as a Pokemon fan, I would love to have a decent television series that's live action rather than having something that comes off as garbage. But hey,
Yeah,
it's
and like
Pokemon. We get used to garbage.
yeah, and also like a lot of the more like animated stuff is more for kids. Like the Pokemon anime and stuff is more for kids, which is just
I very much think that this will be targeted towards children. I'm worrying about how young these children that they're targeting will be, because I want to enjoy it as an adult. I want to be able to go like, haha, look, it's Pikachu in live action, and not just have him, you know, teach me how to count to 4. But yeah, who knows?
God.
The Pokemon
Now
company.
I'm thinking of
The Pokemon company might just be more crazy than Nintendo is, and they work for them. So
yeah. But yeah,
know.
now you've just got me thinking of a Pokemon parody of Dora or something.
I'm worried that it will be. But that is all our news for this week. And while we try to picture Dora and Pokemon being crossed over as some sort of like Smash Bros kind of event, we're going to just chuck you on. If you want to check out any more of our videos on the channel, please have a look, press the like button, and hit subscribe for new news and content in the near future. Thanks for having a gander. Thanks for having a listen. And we will see you next time.